All right, man. Scottie Pippen is back in on Michael Jordan. I guess he released his full biography, which he was I think what he blasted Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. And he comes in on Michael Jordan's Last Dance, which came out a little bit early because of the pandemic and wasn't really much going on. Okay, um, so it says here we go. Apparently, according to Complex, Henry Ruggs, the receiver of the Las Vegas Raiders, has been in a serious car accident. So, my best well wishes to him, and hopefully he ain't that seriously hurt. And if he is, he able to make a full recovery and provide for his family. Okay. So, so it says Scottie Pippen calls Michael Jordan condescending. Says he and MJ were never close friends, and that's fine. I mean, I just heard a couple weeks ago, I heard Kwame Brown talking like Ben Simmons, telling Ben Simmons that he said, "Man, most of the dudes you play with, y'all ain't friends or as cool or close as I'm paraphrasing, close as y'all think y'all is." He said, once you retire, you'll never hear from them niggas again. That was funny. When he was in the kitchen with his brother, I think it was. So he says, it's becoming no secret that Scottie Pippen felt overlooked. Let me see what man. Here we go. Felt overlooked during his time with the Chicago Bulls, which he spent a large part playing Michael Jordan's shadow. Now the Hall of Famer is reckoning with his time and with the Bulls. And boy, is he holding nothing back. In his new book, Unguarded, excerpts were published by the New York Post. Pippen goes in on Jordan and the Bulls franchise in a seminal documentary series. I'm sorry, a little off today. The Last Dance, something like that. Complex song sign throwing me off right here. uh, I thought it was like a flyer or some shit, man. The Last Dance, which he says placed Michael Jordan on the pedestal. Pippen writes, Jordan would have never become a superstar without me, and that he was better at being part of a team than Michael Jordan. He also writes that he and Jordan have never been had a tight friendship. Michael and I aren't close and have never been, Pippen explains in the book. He says Chicago Bulls legend Pippen wrote in his book Unguarded that he and Michael Jordan was never close friends and still aren't. Pippen wrote that Jordan would have never became a superstar if it wasn't for him, and that he was always a better teammate than MJ. And I don't think nobody he said in the last dance, not to defend Michael, he said in the last dance that he could never did it without Scottie Pippen. He said it out his mouth with the camera on him. So like I said, he felt diminished, but then again, he was mad because Michael put that part in there when he wasn't going to the game because they was rolled up to play for Tony Kukoc in the last shot. Let's not forget, Pippen had great opportunities to separate himself from Jordan post Jordan. He did. You know, the year that Jordan was out, they almost beat the Knicks. But he didn't want to go in the game too because they drew up to play for Kukoc. And Kukoc had made multiple threes. How can you say you're a better teammate when you refuse to go in the game? Because the play ain't wrote or drew up for you. Can't call you a better teammate than Michael. And even though Michael, threatened Bill Cartwright and all of them and punched niggas in the face and shit, at least he wasn't shied away from going in the game. He said he was mad because they drew the play up for a rookie. My thing is this. If you didn't like that part in the last dance, like, dude, why would you sit there and do the interview in front of the camera? Why? You wasn't blindsided. You talked about it. Like I said, I don't think they brought up no old, I don't think they brought up no old, like, interview with him talking about it. He talked about it. What's the issue? You didn't want to go in the game as a teammate. And then don't forget, in Houston, they was a little bit too old, him, Hakeem, and Barkley, but don't forget, they was up by like 20 plus points versus the Lakers in Game 7. Portland had a star-studded team. I remember that team. I used to root for the teams against the Lakers. That was the best team that ever won a championship in my opinion. Think about it. Ruben Patterson, Damon Stoudemire, Bonzi Wells, Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, Persian Doughboy. Shout out to Steve Smith, Detroit in the house. Rasheed Wallace, Arvinas Sabonis. He was older, but he still was there. Okay. Think about that team, man. And I'm forgetting Scottie Pippen. Jermaine O'Neal sitting on the bench. Scottie Pippen was on that team. Scottie Pippen was the only one I believe that had championship pedigree at the time. He was the only person that had championship pedigree. Think about that for a minute, bro. Think about the roster. Hold on. Oh, man, I want y'all to see this real quick before we go on. Think about this roster. He had a great opportunity to separate from Michael. It's like Dwayne Wade, the prequel of Dwayne Wade getting a ring without LeBron, right? He got a ring by LeBron, so LeBron he wasn't. They didn't call it Bron County because Bron came on and helped them win a couple rings. It was always Wade County because he established himself already in Miami. You know what I'm saying? He established himself with winning the ring. Look at this roster, bro. Bananas, bro. Rasheed Wallace was 25 years old. Steve Smith, 30. You had Scottie, he was older. Bonzi Will, Arvidas Sabonis, one of the greatest big men all time internationally. I mean, he probably would have been great if they let him play in the United States earlier. His son played for the Pacers right now. Damon Stoudemire, Brian Grant, Deadlift Shrimp, Jermaine O'Neal, Greg Anthony, Stacey Augman. One of them, the UNLV boys, the running Rebel boys, Gary Grant, whoever the hell that is. Gary Grant is the only one I don't know of on this team. They had Deadlift Shrimp. He was old as hell, though. They had all them people on the team, and Scottie couldn't get it done. And let's not act like Scottie didn't have great opportunities to get it done. Houston, the year with Michael Jordan, Scottie had multiple opportunities to separate himself from Michael Jordan, and he didn't. Let's keep it all the way funky. It says, as for the gripes with The Last Dance, Pippen laminates that Jordan earned millions for being the lead man in the series, while the rest of the teammates got nothing. Michael received $10 million for his role in the doc, while my teammates and I didn't earn a dime. Another reminder of the pecking order from the old days. For the entire season, we allowed the cameras into this, the sanctuary? I thought it was sanctity of the locker room, sanctity of the locker room, excuse me. Our locker room, our practices, our hotel, our huddles, our lives, he wrote per GQ. So that's fucked up. He should have paid them. Michael Jordan don't need no more money. At least he could have gave them stocks in Jordans or helped them get stocks in Nikes. Or he could have took that $5 million and divided it up against everybody. Come on, he shouldn't. Come on. I agree with him on that. That was some greedy shit. And that's how Michael is. Let's not act like everybody don't know Michael 304. And I don't mean as far as getting around. It was a story about Madonna like Scottie Pippen because, he was better in other areas than Michael Jordan was, and Michael got jealous. Pippen was also said that Jordan had such a huge part in the doc creation, with Pippen writing that it ultimately focused on MJ and pushed him and the other players to the sideline. Quote, I was nothing more than a prop, he writes. Quote, his best teammate of all time, Jordan called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried. Cool. So he definitely felt in some type of way that he should have had a bigger role in the doc. I guess he was looking at it as like Reggie Miller, like the Pistons 30 for 30, where everybody had equal equity in the doc. But you know what type of person he is. So I mean, you knew before you do the interview what type of equity you had in the doc. So and you knew what type of person he was. Pippen writes he saw himself and the rest of the teammates as supporting cast, as Jordan's supporting cast, who were given little or no credit whenever we won, but the bulk of the criticism when we lost and called MJ an errorless Jordan. He said, quote, over the next few weeks, I spoke to a number of my former teammates who felt as disrespected as I did. He writes, quote, how dare Michael treat us that way, everything we did for him and his precious brand. While Pippen conceded that Jordan was a spectacular player, he writes that Jordan, quote, Jordan relied on the success we attained as a team, 6 titles in 8 years, to propel him to the level of fame throughout the world. No other athlete except Muhammad Ali has reached in modern time. Unguarded releases November 9th. You can buy it here. Click the link. Books or something. My thing is this. To me, this type of books hurt people right. This type of books broke people right. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of book simps right. The same simp. And like I said, I'm not a Michael Jordan fan. I like Michael, great player, wears shoes sometimes from time to time. All right. Okay. But this sounds like he hurt. Your woman running around with basketball players with future, your wife, not your woman. So you need an outlet. You know what I'm saying? And I like Scottie. Scottie's solid. Scottie was the one that shut down Magic Johnson when they first championship. Scottie White, he was a big enough part to have a bigger cut of the documentary than he got, and everybody was just as important because you couldn't do it without Paxton hitting threes. You couldn't do it without Steve Kerr. You know, you couldn't do it without Phil Jackson. But you know what type of Negro this was, so why did you even agree to do the doc? Like something was gonna change. You feel me? So you know, he got duped, but you know, it wasn't that he was ignorant to the situation. You know what type of person this is. And this is just his answer to the doc. This is just his frustration. And this is gonna make him look stupider and stupider, like that woman making him look stupider and stupider. This is all it is. This is making him look dumber and dumber, making him look softer and softer. This wasn't the way. Treat yourself like royalty. If y'all want to come up with something, the last dance, from our perspective, do it. But I guarantee you this, even if you know the last dance didn't exist, Michael was gonna make sure he got his. You gotta have the same mentality, bro. But you just seem like a hurt ex-teammate. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of issues going on. You know, somebody that's trying to continue to be young and you know, with your braids and your woman, like I said before. This wasn't the way. But I understand this frustration. People see you at, you know, you y'all help build Jordan brand, and y'all didn't get no equity, y'all didn't get no stock, and Michael should have took care of them. If that was a lifetime for supply of Jordans or whatever you need, or equity in Jordan brand, he should have did that. But Michael was a selfish, and everybody know that about Michael. And if the majority of the ordinary people out here obtain the success that Michael have obtained, they would have the same arrogance, and they would have the same. They would be doing the same thing, or some people would do worse. You know, I ain't blaming Michael, especially when people know what they dealing with it and try to act like they was ignorant to who or what he was. You know, y'all won together. And like Kwame Brown said, most of these teammates, man, you'll never speak or talk to them again when y'all retired. Y'all ain't friends. Y'all just, it's like going into a 9 to 5. You make that mistake when you younger, you just dumb or ignorant. You don't know that these people ain't your friends. As soon as you go to the stock room, as soon as you clock out, they talk about you. You think they friends because they give you a ride to the crib, but they your enemy. You just got to play the role. And that's something I had to learn when I was young. You just got to play the role. You got to be fake. You can't be real in the corporate system. Now he has an opportunity to be real. He looking like a hurt, scoring teammate, man. So like I said before, that's something that he got to figure out, man. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Check the NBA Talk playlist, music entertainment playlist, current news playlist for more videos like this. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all my links in the description. If you want to advertise on the channel, video request, chop it up. Whatever it may be, hit me up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, hit the bell icon, all notification button, increase the chance to get notification when I drop a video or go live. Y'all boy Mason, one of my dogs, Chihuahua mini penetrator. But I do appreciate you guys for coming in. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Peace.